Good morning. It is the 26th of May 2014. It is a beautiful day outside. Why I'm sat inside, I've not got a clue. So, working on a new video just at the moment, and I've taken some board on some advice on board from you guys, like looking on Facebook and YouTube and so on. Written down some notes. I've not invested in a microphone yet because I just haven't, and yeah, so all gravy. So I've got my cafetiere, got my fucking coffee, some badass Honduras coffee. Got my floral pants on because the sun's out. So what am I gonna chat on about today? Today I'm gonna talk about what, who, where, how, and all the rest of it inspires me. Like, what are my inspirations? So what inspires me and when? Because I think the older you get, you get different inspirations or whatever. Because the net is always, the conscious net is always expanding. No matter the older you get, I believe, whether it's at a rate of this slow or super quick, just depends how much you're taking an hour, open-minded you are, and so on. So when I was like a kid, start from when I was a kid, I cannot remember what I was inspired by. In fact, yes, I do. I'm talking shit there. Egyptology. For some reason, I've always had this weird thing with Egyptology. I've never looked into it massively, but I've just always had this love for it, and I don't know why or where it's come from. But so yeah, I was massively into Egyptology when I was a kid. What else? Also as well, I used to collect minerals and rocks and stuff like that. I had a fascination with rocks and minerals, and to be honest, I've not got a clue why I've lost interest in it. In fact, I don't think I've lost interest in it. I think I just got distracted by other things. But I might even start doing that again because it's cool. It's awesome. So when I was 16, 17, like I said, when I was on one of my previous videos, like me and my dad split up when I was 16. My brother went to war in Iraq. I started working as a carpenter, straight into a working man's world straight from school, which was a massive shock. Grew up fucking super quick. Inspirations then, honestly, not much inspired me. The only thing inspired me that was getting paid £116 at the end of a long week and going out and getting wasted and pissing my money up the wall, doing coke and just, I was going to say just living, but that's not really living. But yeah, that's all that inspired me. Oh, and the full English breakfast butty from a cafe down the road in the morning. And that's probably about as much that inspired me in the morning. Sorry, not inspired me in the morning. Inspired me throughout that kind of age, like 15, 16 to 18, 19 or whatever. So drinking, doing fucking coke, going out to the pub, going out. Hey man, don't get me wrong. I don't regret it. I have felt regret, but I don't regret any of it, and I'm glad I did all that daft shit and all the rest of it because it shaped who I am today, and I'm proud of the person I am today. 2021, around about then, I was hugely inspired by my best mates. Them going to university, going and getting a degree and all the rest of it, and that kind of pushed me to just a little bit of a wake-up call, a bit of a nudge to go and fucking do something with my life that had a bit of meaning and stuff, really. And because I was working, I was from a working class background and working, working my arse off and that every weekend. I see all these students and that partying and stuff like that. So, I seem like my best mates keeping on my best mate's floor every weekend. Getting pissed and then working 8 till 5 every Monday to Friday. So they kind of had some inspiration on me and pushed me to go to college. Particularly my best friend Nathan. He was studying, or he studied interior design at MMU, Manchester Met University, and so I decided to enrol in college when I was, how old was I now? Was it 19? I think I was. I was 19, and yeah, I enrolled in art design, and in my second year, he was a BTEC, it was 2 years. In my second year, I specialised in 3D design, and then I basically I got into that, yeah. And then I enrolled at Salford University. I got into Glasgow School of Art, MMU, Salford. Leeds rejected me, but suck a dick. And I withdrew my application for Brighton University. But I am so glad I stayed in Salford. Everyone was telling me to go to Glasgow School of Art because I did get told, I don't know if it was true, but I remember getting told by one of the tutors at Stockport College that I was the first person ever or something like this to get accepted in Glasgow School of Art, or one of the first on this interior design course, or something like that. I'm not too sure, but it's something along those lines. So yeah, 3 years later after university, I just finished like 2-3 weeks ago now. Absolutely buzzing. I feel like there's some sort of leash I've been let off like a leash, and I'm just free, a bit more free now that I've done, like I don't have it holding me back anymore, like my education, like. So, and then as a few of you might know, like at the end of January, I had a pretty bad crash on my mountain bike. You can tell, and you can see it. I've got this little scar on my head, on my mouth, blew open. I've got another 3-inch scar inside my face as well, inside my mouth. And this, I don't know. I've been thinking very differently since then, and I know it was because I hit a tree at about 25 miles per hour when I was about 6 foot in the air, 6 to 10 feet in the air, and I don't know if the tree I hit passed on some weird natural connection, spirit, fucking mandala shit going on into my brain when it fucking hit me right here. It was probably didn't happen, but sometimes I do like to think of it like that. But yeah, since then he's had this profound effect on me. Like, even though I went through this trauma, and as Jeff Thompson says, like, you know, trauma or negativity is like, it's like a pool, and something so prolific and something of this massive mound of energy, you can withdraw from it so much positive energy, and I'm not lying it about this is the most positive and energetic I have ever felt like. And I think it's because what I've been through has been massive, and so since then I've been inspired by some truly incredible people. I'd say from watching things like London Real, Brian Rose like interviews and stuff like that with the people who interviews, stuff like that. From my girlfriend, from my best friends, from my brother, from my mum, from my dad, their partners, and to even the minor, even the most smallest things, like even maybe like seeing a stranger on the train, or not even talking to them, just seeing a stranger on the train, like just little random things like that. Everything like is. As Jack Vesco says, like all these interacting variables shape who we are and all the human behaviour and stuff. So I'm gonna like talk about like what's inspired me since my crash, and like who's inspired me and stuff like that. Just mainly since my crash. So I've just got a few names written down there. The first one I'm going to talk about is my girlfriend Bryony. She is madder than a bag of spanners, and I love her to bits because she's absolutely awesome and she's mad. She makes me smile. She gives me all these emotions that I wouldn't have had if I was single. If that makes sense, I don't know if that sounds bad or not. I mean, like, she makes my life more colourful than it would be, I think, if I was single. If that makes sense, I don't know. She had this I don't know, like this kind of parallel life to me, if that makes sense. So if I was single, I'd be going like or whatever. But with Bri, because there's like two of us and a couple and all that, like she makes it more interesting. This path, what both of us are on or whatever. Um, she stresses me out. She winds me up. She makes me laugh, cry with laughter. She makes me think. And thinking's fucking awesome. She gives me all these mad emotions, good, bad, roller coaster, and I'm so appreciative of it. Like she is absolutely awesome. I'm so glad she's there to give me that. Like, and so yeah, Brandy's had a massive influence on me. Like not just since the crash, since we were starting to see each other, which is nearly 3 years ago now. So yeah, who else? My friends. Particularly my best friends, such as like Ricky and Nathan, Ian, Dan, even bridesmates who I'm close to. Like, I feel bad, like, because I'm known these people out, but I've got all these incredible friends, like, and like, I am so fucking privileged, like, just to have these awesome people, like. I think when you appreciate the basics and stuff like it makes you like. Because I know sometimes like I've seen like in other people and stuff like oh my best mate's pissing me off, or like my mate's pissing me off, or something like that. When you appreciate the fact that you've got them in your life, then you're going to be less pissed off, if that makes sense. Like, and so yeah, my best friends are absolutely amazing and they're fucking hilarious. Like, they're so funny and I'm just so privileged to have them, and especially like Ricky Nathan's family as well, Alan and Sue and Kelvin, and all the people who I've met through them. Like, uh, I'm finding it hard to say something about them because they're that incredible. Like, I'm just so lucky to have them in my life. Next up is like my personal family, like my immediate family, like my mum, my brother, and my dad. Since they split up when I was 16, I was devastated. I remember my brother saying to me, listen, it can either break you or it can make you stronger. So fucking don't let it get you down and let it build you up. Let it toughen you up a bit and fucking teach you all these infinite lessons. Like, I think if anyone out there who's watching this, like if their mum and dad have ever split up, I don't believe you ever get over it. You can only ever, I don't know, nurture it or learn from it or pull positive energy from it, and you see them happy or you see them. I don't know. I don't really know what I'm trying to say, but I'm glad it happened. I'm glad every negative thing I've been through, like people dying, family dying. Family and friends, like watching my mum and dad split, watching my mum and dad split up, my mate's mum and dad split up, everything that's normally classed as negativity. I'm so glad it's happened because it's taught me so much. Like, it's taught me a massive amount of information. Like, and I've been told that, and I feel like I'm giving off this positive energy. I'm pushing people and inspiring people. Like, I'm not saying I'm walking around with like a fucking Johnny Big Dick, like, but I mean like. I don't know. I'm finding it difficult, like to like what I'm trying to say and what I'm trying to get out. But so yeah, I've got an immense family and they're so supportive. Even though we don't stay in touch, I fucking wish like we'd be closer and stuff like that. I mean, I wish me and my brother were closer, even though we have been since McCrashen, since he got over, well not got over, but since he came back from Afghanistan a few years back. Because he was in the British Army. I wish me and my mum were closer. I wish my mum and my brother was closer. My dad and my brother were closer. Me and my dad were closer, and all the rest of it. Like, but we are close in some way or another. So yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad I've got my family and stuff like that. Like, even though, like, you know, me mum's got a boyfriend, I'm living here with my girlfriend, my brother's doing his thing down in Collyhurst in Manchester, and my dad lives down in London with his new wife. Even though we don't talk every day and stuff like that, like, every day I'm fucking thankful of that I've got them in my life and that, because I'm so bloody lucky, like, and yeah, they're incredible people, just like everyone else in the world, really. Getting emotional. My brother, I'm just gonna focus on my brother for a minute as well. Like, my brother, he spent a few years in the army, and he's been to like Iraq and Afghan and all the rest of it, and he's done that, and he's seen some fucking horrible shit out there fighting a war, which he shouldn't have been there in the first place, nor should any lad, but that's a completely different story. But my brother in particular, since my crash, I think it woke something up in his mind about the relationship between him and I. Like, and I've always loved my brother and stuff like that, and it's just since the crash, I think it's opened both our eyes in some way or another, just to appreciate what we've got. And like, I remember because I've done like a video on like anxiety and stuff like that, like, and why I think I get anxiety, why I think it might be anxiety, and I don't know if it is or not. I don't know. I'm not a fucking specialist or whatever in that field, but I used to walk down the street now and again, like, and I used to think, like, because I've had a panic attack in my past and I've fainted and stuff like that. Sometimes I think when I'm walking down the street, I'll do it again. I don't know fucking why. But yeah, so I remember the first time since my crash, I was walking to the shops that are just around the corner from my house. And it was a bit of a big moment for me, because it was the first time I've been out on my own since my crash, and this is like I'm like a month after, I think, and I'm walking again and everything, and it was at night, and I was feeling a bit like apprehensive, like, shit, what if I fall over and no one finds me and all the rest of it, and just thinking way too much shit about it. Like, you know what it is like when you think about way too much shit in your mind. And my brother texted me and told me to watch a video about Jeff Thompson on this thing called London Real. London Real is this channel on YouTube, and it's like a website, and a guy called Brian Rose from America who moved here a few years ago, he told me to watch this particular one with Jeff Thompson called Fear, My Friend, and it told you how to use fear and anxiety and stuff like that, negativity and trauma in one's past life, like one's history, and use it in a different manner. So when he told me about this, like, this is one of millions of things my brother's done for me, like, to overcome trauma and just push me and become like the proud person who I am today of myself, and all the rest of it. So cheers, brother. It's my brother Alex. So yeah, now I'm going to move on to the London Real talks. Like, I must say, if Brian Rose ever watches this, you, my friend, are a fucking dude, man. Thank you so much, like, for, I don't know, is it fate? I don't know, for coming into my life in this form of through the internet and stuff like that, and being able to give me this information, teach me lessons by interviewing all these enlightened people talking about everything from like MDMA, psychedelics, psychonauts, interviewing people such as psychonaut Taylor Marie, Jacques Fresco, Jeff Thompson, Brad Burton, Neil deGrasse Tyson, Bruce Pyatt. I could go on for fucking ages because I've watched so many so far. And so yeah, thank you so much. And because I've watched so many, particularly Jeff Thompson one, Fear My Friend. My bloody god! If you get a chance, type in London Real, Jeff Thompson, Fear My Friend, because it is a fucking awesome video. It's awesome. Like, so yeah, people like Jacques Fresco. Why does he inspire me? He inspires me because he's 98 now. I think he's 98. I'm not too sure. And he's so fucking switched on. He talks. And if you ever get the chance, read his book even called The Best Money Can't Buy: Beyond Politics, Poverty and War. I've nearly finished it, and it is a bloody good read. Like before my crash, I didn't really read that much, but now I can't stop. Like it is a hell of a book. He talks about what's wrong with the world and what we can do to make it a better place, and through the use of like using science and technology in a positive way. There's one part where he talks about like how science is an incredible thing and how people misuse it. People like the governments and all them dickheads using it to make fucking bombs and to hurt other people. Like all these governments or whatever, like talk about how all these nations should become one and unite and how we're good for each other and blah, good this. It's all bullshit. That's another story. I tend to fucking go on about other shit or whatever. I tend to get sidetracked. But yeah, so Jacques Fresco, if he ever watches this or whatever, like, thank you, man. Like, you're a dude. Bruce Parry. I've not only watched his London Real of It. I've watched like Amazon and Tribe. I think he's got a new film coming out, or it's already come out. I think it's called Quest. He's incredible. Like I think he used to be in the forces, and he's doing what all of us should be doing, to go into different cultures, staying with tribes and learning about who we are and who we are as humankind, and then spreading that message and teaching other people. Like, you get all these bloody idiots from like the EDL like saying, don't fucking come in our country, and they took our gerbs and all the rest of it, and these close-minded people saying like, you know, don't let Muslims in and all, don't let this colour and don't let that colour in, they'll feed off this and they'll feed off that. Get rid of these. This is what Jacques Fresco says. Get rid of these primitive, traditional values, these old values, what we've been brought up on. We're supposed to be bringing up on what's going on tomorrow, not yesterday. Like, and I think Bruce Parry does a good job of like making people aware of what's going on around the world and all these different cultures, people, colours, languages, skills, knowledge, understanding, nature, fucking everything. Like, and he does such a good job of doing it. Like, and then I'm going to talk about Jeff Thompson. Like Jeff Thompson, he's done martial arts. I think he still does it, and I know he does like inspirational talks. And he's got like books out. I'm going to start reading his book. His free ebook you can get off his website called Warrior. I'm going to start reading that soon, and he talks about like spirituality. He talks about like meditation and the trauma he's been through, and how by confronting your fears you can become something you never thought that you could become. He uses ways of something in my mouth. Things like techniques such as like the fear pyramid, where you draw like a pyramid or whatever triangle on a bit of page, and at the bottom is your least fears, so like, I don't know, spiders or something very minor, I don't know, and then you work up to the highest point, which is your biggest fear, so whether it be death, losing loved ones, whatever. I've done one of these because when we think, it's often that we overthink. This can become external. And by writing it down, by seeing the physicality of it and seeing it written down, you can see it looks different when you actually read the physical writing on the page in front of you than when you build it up in your head. Like, so yeah, he talks about techniques such as that, and all these people I am mentioning as well. Like, it's not, they don't just like they do a lot more than I'm saying, if that makes sense. I'm just trying to fit in. I was supposed to aim for about 10 minutes, and now I'm on 25 minutes nearly. So I'm sorry if I'm chatting on. Who else? Like the tutors from university, especially I'd say one or two in particular, Matt Morris and Paul Mitchell. Both two absolute dudes. Like I love the way Matt Morris. Fucking Matt Mitchell's a friend of mine. Matt Morris. He makes you think. He makes you question and think without you kind of knowing, if that makes sense. Like, I'm sure everyone's got their own like good teachers. If you have got a good teacher, a good tutor or whatever, but yeah, I mean, like he uses fucking mental words. Like I used to have another teacher called Mike Pianachek as well. It only took us 3 years to work out his first name. It was spelled M-I-K, and we were like Mike, Mick, Mickey, Meh, or whatever. But these two tutors in particular, like, they use these mad words which are about this long, and you're like, the fuck did you just say? Like, and it just completely discombobulate you. And but it's good because it makes you think and all the rest of it. And yeah, they were brilliant shooters. Like, so yeah, what inspires me? So there's a guy, there's an architect, Danish architect called Bjarke Ingels, and he's got this particular way of designing his architecture. Because unfortunately, architecture, he says, like, is one of two different things the majority of the time. It's either this completely pragmatic, boring box, fucking abide by the rules and regulations, everything's square and neat, and it's got to be this, and it's got to be that, it's got to be this, and people got to be health and safety, and blah 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 blah. And you end up with this boring box like we've done in the past, God knows how many years. Or it's too wacky. This utopianism, this utopia, mad bubble building, and it never gets built because it's too unrealistic and stuff like that. And anything's possible when you put your mind to it. Like, and he finds a medium between the two. He calls it pragmatic utopianism. And if you ever get the chance, check out his website. Some of the designs him and his team have come up with are absolutely incredible. I don't know if it's being built or it's under construction at this moment in time, but there is a waste management plant, I think, on its way. And normally when you think of like waste management plants, you think of like horrible pollution, minging, crap boring brick building. What he's managed to do with it is completely flip that idea on its head. And you know, normally waste management, we don't go near waste, especially in the Western world. Like, you know, we don't go near waste. Everything's like looked after for us and blah blah blah. It's over there. Like, he's designed this building where you can actually integrate, because that's what architecture is all about. Architecture is all about the relationship between human beings and the synthetic structure that we grow on the Earth's crust, like us in this the synthetic world we see, the houses we live in, the buildings we work in, and all the rest of it. All that's architecture. So it's a relationship, not just a pretty building. And so this waste management plant, he's on the side of the building, he's designed it so that people can use it as like a ski resort down it, and it's giving off like big like smoke rings every time. I think it's like a ton of waste has been recycled or something like that. If you ever get a chance to like check it out, because it's awesome. So what else? Like, especially recently, I've always known about mushroom, like magic mushrooms and psilocybin, however you say it, and like psychedelics. I'm still dying to do. Well, I don't know about dying, but I'm still contemplating and researching on ayahuasca. Ayahuasca is a medicine, not a drug. Don't listen to what the big people say. It's a medicine. I'd like to do that in Peru in the next months, years, whatever. I'd really like to do that. I don't know if you've watched like some of my recent videos, but I've done like magic truffles, which I think are similar to magic mushrooms, but they contain like psilocybin, and got some pretty interesting effects off that, and I'd definitely do it again. And So yeah, I'm intrigued, and I've been inspired by doing these psychedelics, such as these magic truffles and stuff like that. I would like to do the mushrooms, see if I get a different, stronger effect. I don't know, like, and what do ayahuasca, sorry. I'd like to do DMT, dimethyltryptamine. Sometimes when people hear these, like, they go, "You want to do what?" Like, but it's funny because we get programmed. Graham Hancock says, like, that's another Graham Hancock as well. That's another guy I've been massively inspired by recently. He talks about the propaganda war on drugs, and he talks about how it's so now deeply ingrained and programmed into us to think these things that aren't synthetic are bad for us. We hear, like, fucking John Doe peeled his skin like an orange after taking X amount of shrooms, like, bullshit. Like, the only reason why they make us out the higher hand, whatever the fuck it's called, the hidden hand or whatever, make us think like this, is to stop us from doing it, to stop us expanding our conscious net, to stop us opening our mind and being more creative, and because they're scared of us becoming as strong as them. That's why they try and condition us with shit like X Factor and The Voice and bullshit fucking Geordie bullshit show, whether it's called on like TV and all that. Like, they try and keep us in a box. And so that when one steps out the box, as David Icke once says, when one steps outside the box, you realise how small the box is. Because when one steps outside the box, they're ridiculed. It's because we're conditioned. David Icke also talks about, like, sheep following sheep and how we've out-sheeped the sheep. And yeah, we ridicule that person. If a person walks down the road with a fucking top hat and a cane, like, we'll point and we'll laugh. And we're made to think like that, and it's disgusting. Like, so anyway, I'm going off on another tangent now. Like, but it's funny, like, how these psychedelics have got class A's and all the rest of it, and don't do it, it's bad for you and all the rest of it. Yet alcohol is legal. Like, alcohol kills. I'm most likely wrong, but I heard somewhere not long ago it kills 3,000 people a year. I might be wrong. It might be more, might be less. I don't know. And that's legal. And, like, it's destroying your brain and stuff like that. And, like, I'm sure, like, there might be some people watching this, like, you think, well, what about psychedelics? That surely rots your brain. You get a bad trip. I've had a bad trip and stuff like that. But I think Professor David Nutt, a psilocybin specialist, all these names I'm rocking up, most of them are from London Real, what I've watched. Like, I just thought I'd point that out. He says, like, when you get a bad trip, or when one gets a bad trip, it can often be, like, I think it's like misinterpreted into thinking, like, it's too much information at one time. It's too much information for one to understand at a little time. Like, so it's overpower. It's like too many people trying to get through a door. It's going to fucking hurt when they're trying to get through the door. But the fact is, you will learn from it, whether not to do them again or not. I don't know, like, or to try and do it again. I don't know, but so yeah, I'm on, like, I'm on just over half an hour now. Shit. So yeah, I'm gonna stop there. So what inspires me? So just to sum up, people like Jack Fresco, my girlfriend. My girlfriend's not called Jack Fresco. That's Jack Fresco and my girlfriend. My brother, all my family, all my friends, places like Thailand, Hong Kong, America, everywhere, like, just the world. Like, my tutors, people like Jeff Thompson, Brian Rose, Neil deGrasse Tyson. I've not even talked about Neil deGrasse Tyson, but we'll do probably in a future date. But so psychedelics, ganja. Now we've got on to the ganja. I love a good dude now and again. Nature and just everything, every single thing around me, every single thing, every single interacting variable. Everything around me, what I do, every single millisecond, like, I'd say feeds my inspiration. Everything I see, do, smell, all my senses, my mind, like, everything. I'm talking every single thing, like, inspires me. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. Again, if there's any advice on picture quality, video quality, sound, what you want to talk about, if you want to meet up, I live in Manchester at the moment. I live in Stockport, which is like Greater Manchester, Cheshire, whichever, email me, text me, Facebook me, Sam Vickers. Get in touch and let's meet up. Like, knowledge is best when shared. Thank you, and hope this inspires people or gets people thinking or whatever, gets some sort of emotions rocking. Thank you. Peace.